And we've got another one. And we've got another one. Another Scottish man has been arrested for posting a tweet. A tweet. A tweet. A Glasgow man has been charged with allegedly sending an offensive tweet after Captain Sir Tom Moore's death. The man, 35, was arrested by cops in connection with the vile slur against the war hero on social media. For those of you who don't know, like the Yanks probably don't know, Captain Sir Tom Moore is a 100-year-old man that did 100 laps of his back garden to raise money for the NHS. I think he ended up raising about 32 million, which was a good and lovely thing. I mean, how the hell could you hate this guy? But for some reason, the tweeter in question did. Captain Tom passed away on Tuesday, February the 2nd, after a battle with coronavirus after first falling ill with pneumonia. The Second World War veteran raised more than 33 million for NHS charities together by walking 100 laps of his garden before his 100th birthday, which is a good, lovely and wholesome thing. He received a knighthood from the Queen in her first face-to-face engagement since lockdown in 2020 for his heroic efforts. National hero Captain Tom's death united the UK in mourning, with a clap for Tom arranged to honour his incredible charity work amid the pandemic. But a Twitter post mocking his death was probed by Scots cops after being reported last week. So yeah, we do in fact have some extremely sad and pathetic people in this country that are calling the police because they get offended. Not because their car was broken into or their house was burgled or because they got assaulted or anything like that. No, we have people in this country who are that weak and that pathetic that they are calling the police because they get offended. Just absolutely sad. The man arrested will appear at Lanark Sheriff Court on Wednesday, February the 17th. A Police Scotland spokesperson says on Friday the 5th of February 2021 we received a report of an offensive tweet about Sir Captain Tom Moore, who died on Tuesday the 2nd of February. A 35-year-old man has subsequently been arrested and charged in connection with communication offences and is due to appear at Lanark Sheriff Court on Wednesday the 17th of February. Now notice how the cops keep reiterating that date, right? They keep saying the date. We'll come back to that. Captain Tom's heartbroken family confirmed he had tragically passed away in a touching statement last week. Daughters Hannah and Lucy said, "It is with great sadness that we announce the death of our dear father, Captain Sir Tom Moore. We are so grateful that we were with him during the last hours of his life. Hannah, Benji and Georgia were by his bedside, and Lucy on FaceTime. We spent hours chatting to him, reminiscing about our childhood and our wonderful mother. We shared laughter and tears together." It's a good send off. That's what I want. That's the exact that's the exact type of send off that I would like. The last year of our father's life was nothing short of remarkable. He was rejuvenated and experienced things he'd only dreamed of. Whilst he'd been in so many hearts for just a short time, he was an incredible father and grandfather, and he will stay alive in our hearts forever. Wholesome, lovely, smashing, excellent. Good send off. Now we get on to the arrest and onto the actual tweet itself, because this is important. This is something I want to stress, right? And the cops are making sure to stress a particular point. Lanarkshire Police Division. On Friday, 5th of February 2021, we received a report of an offensive tweet about Sir Captain Tom Moore, who died on Tuesday the 2nd of February. A 35-year-old man has subsequently been arrested and charged in connection with communication offences and is due to appear at Lanark Sheriff Court on Wednesday the 17th of February. Now, the man has been arrested and charged with an offence. We all obviously know that he's going to be in court. So why are the police in all of their statements, and every statement that they're giving out the exact date of the guy's court appearance? That's the cops calling out to the press. That's what they're doing. Whenever the cops do that, that's them basically saying to the press, be there at this date to get this guy. So what's going to happen is on Wednesday the 17th, we are going to find out the guy's name, we're going to find out everything about him, we're going to find out where he works or where he used to work, you know, after all this comes out in the papers. And basically that's the police saying, hey reporters, come and get this guy. And the reason that the cops are doing this is because, you know, See, because everyone, like, it helps them, it helps the powers that be to be in support of speech laws. Now, who is a most well loved person? Like Tom Moore, Sir Tom Moore. Sorry, he was loved up and down the UK, up and down the UK, absolutely everywhere. It's a case of how could you hate the guy? How could you hate the guy? Like a 100-year-old, lovely, sweet old man, and despite his age, doing laps of his back garden to raise money for the NHS to help save lives. How could you hate him? Right? Everybody loves him. And then when people find out that people were making fun of his death, that makes people angry, that makes people upset. But then you hear that the guy got arrested for the tweets that he made, and even though it is literally a violation of human rights, because the guy is getting arrested for saying something bad about someone or something that the people care about a lot, they'll let it slide. They'll let it slide. They'll let the arrest happen. There won't be any blowback from it. They'll just allow it. Same thing with like racists and stuff like that as well. Oh yeah, I'm all for free speech, but what he said was really bad, and that's how it starts. That's how the normalization starts. That's how we come into a society where a good few years down the line, we just sort of accept that arresting people for being offensive is it's just the done thing. Why would we question it? It's something that's always been done. It's just a completely normal thing here. And that's the point of stuff like this. You make people agree with it at first by arresting people for saying awful things like this. But then after that, it starts to, the people getting arrested, the type of things they say, well, it changes a little. They start going after different people for saying different things that aren't as bad, but by that point it's too late. Arresting people for being offensive has now been normalised, and who gets to define what is offensive? The government. The government, it's not you. It's not little Mary from the Facebook Mums group. It's not, Queen Latifah McFeminist of, in every university campus. It's not you. It's never ever going to be you. It's the government. It's the government that get to do it. However, in order for the government to do stuff like that, they need support first, and they need this type of behaviour to be normalised. And idiots like that help to normalise the behaviour. And then, once those idiots have outlived their use, they get arrested for the things that they say. But by that point, it's far too late. Really, really, really easy to get a law passed, next to impossible to get it taken down. But now we can actually have a look at the actual tweet that he sent. Sharoba. Fucking the person who sent it is obviously a Scots nationalist. Sorry. If it's SNP, Scots nationalists. They're not nationalists. They say they are. They pretend they are, but they're not. The only good Brit soldier is a deed one. Burn, old fella, burn. Now, that's not a nice thing to say. That's not a nice thing to say. Now, I'll admit, if it's a case of, it was a joke, like maybe the joke was just the same thing that I do a lot, where you just say something horrible and outrageous, like back in the day, the Madeleine McCann jokes and all that type of stuff. Maybe that's the point of it. Maybe that's the punchline. Or maybe the guy meant what he said. I don't know a thing about him, but maybe all of that will come out in the trial. Well, at least his defence lawyer will say it in the trial. The judges and everybody else, and especially the prosecution, won't believe a word of it. They're only there to get you sentenced. Now, not a very nice thing to say, especially about what the hell did the old boy do like to deserve something like that? Nothing, but that's just what happens. Sometimes you get people online being arseholes. That's just the way it goes. But should that tweet be an offence? No, it absolutely should not. Absolutely should not be an offence. He's not calling for death. He's not calling. The only good British soldier is a deed one. Like, you would need to do a little bit of mental gymnastics to make that an actual like direct threat or incitement to imminent lawless action. All this is to me is offensive. The man was arrested for being offensive, for offending people, hurting people's feelings is now illegal. Imagine this is the thing that makes it just so like terrifying. It is illegal in Scotland and in the rest of the UK to make or influence a person into feeling a certain emotion. An emotions are things that are extremely hard to control, right? But it's now illegal. At least it has been for a while, and they're ramping up their arrests on it now. To make a person or influence a person to feel a certain way, to feel an emotion, right? This isn't something as black and white as like stealing something from someone or punching someone or like, you know, anything like that. Like, you know, those stuff, you know, compared to what we're talking about now, that's pretty cut and dry. But in this case, it is illegal to make people in this country feel a certain way. Feelings, emotion. It's illegal to do that. Right? I'm not supporting what this guy said at all. This was mean-spirited, right? This was just a mean thing to say, right? But at the end of the day, just don't look at the tweet, just block him, walk away. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, a man said something horrible about Tom Miller. Like, who cares? Right? Just walk away. Right? You know, you had maybe about 15 seconds of your day ruined. Just close the tweet, block the account. You'll be absolutely fine. But now it's an arrest. Now everyone's like, I love seeing it. Who in Scotland's getting arrested for tweets and social media posts? Quite a few people, actually. Quite a lot. We had the boy from Hull. Not Hull. I think it was someone from Liverpool, actually, that was saying a few things about migrants. We also had those two 15-year-old boys, don't know their names because they're 15, so they've not released the names. They posted a thing on their Snapchat story of them reenacting the knee down pose of a certain arrest that went horribly wrong last year, and those two young schoolboys get arrested for that as well. And this is all because we are going down the path of it is illegal to make people in this country feel a certain way. Right? This arrest, I can already tell you right now that me and this Sour Alba person definitely would not get along. But should what he said be illegal? No, absolutely should not. No. All he did was offend people. That was it. I'm not happy with my tax money being wasted on an expensive trial for this guy just because he offended people. I mean, if he stole stuff or he raped someone or he murdered someone, then yeah, absolutely use my taxes to cover that trial and cover his jail time and cover his arrest and all that. Absolutely fine. Rights were in fact violated there. Not a problem, right? In this case, absolutely no rights were violated. The only thing that he did was make people feel a little bit upset. And if that's how they feel, then they need to man up and get over it. Right? Things like that happen in the world. Imagine calling the police because you get your feelings hurt. I mean, just imagine. Just imagine actually doing that and being that pathetic. Oh, Jesus, there's some losers out there. But yeah, is what the guy said horrible? Yeah, it's horrible. So it's a really not nice, nasty thing to say. Should he have been arrested for it? No, he absolutely should not have been. Stop violating human rights. Stop wasting my taxes.